Hi, friend. Debbie here. Welcome to Empower Her After Divorce, where we walk with you as you rebuild and rediscover yourself. This week, we're looking at how showing ourselves love can help our mind feel safe to make changes. When we talk about self love, we often think about self care and self compassion. But what if it goes beyond that? What if it's about giving ourselves the kind of love we've always needed, but may have not gotten in the past? Before we look at self love, we need to understand how our brain works and creates beliefs to keep us safe. That way, we can look at how self love plays a role in the beliefs shifting process. As you know, that from the moment we're born, our brain starts forming beliefs based on our experiences. Yeah, it's fascinating. These beliefs shape how we see the world and ourselves. And get this, our brain main job is actually to keep us safe. It learns different ways to protect us, but sometimes these methods turn into coping mechanisms that aren't always helpful in the long run. Think about it. Coping mechanisms like drinking alcohol, procrastinating, people pleasing, and overeating might seem useful because they help us avoid intense emotions temporarily. But here's the thing, these actions often just cover up the pain instead of dealing with it. They can lead us into cycles of unhealthy behavior. Now, I know the brain doesn't like discomfort. Who does, right? But sometimes we need to experience it to release the built up emotions and heal. Convincing the brain that it's safe to express pain and move past the coping strategies involves self compassion and self love. Sounds tricky, but it's so important. Speaking of self compassion, loving yourself shows your brain that it's safe to feel. Be gentle and kind to yourself as you transition from old habits to new, healthier ways is critical. This shift starts with recognizing that these old coping tools were just short term solutions that helped you survive. When you're kind to yourself, you create a new type of safety that allows you to move past the old habits. It's like opening a door to a room you've never been in before. This shows your mind that it's possible for the next chapter of your life, ultimately creating newfound freedom and power. And here's the best part, you can transform old beliefs and programming by helping your brain discover beneficial perspectives, one belief at a time. Isn't that empowering? It's all about acknowledging past hurts, being kind to yourself, and creating a safe space for your mind to heal and grow. When you do that, you're opening the door to so much potential. Isn't that a great way to think about it? Let me share some hypothetical examples of experiences people have in childhood and how that could create subconscious beliefs. Imagine this with me for a moment. Sarah's parents were always on her case about little things like spilt milk and not getting perfect grades. They barely ever praised her for her successes. Sarah started to feel that she could never do anything right and grew up believing that she was inadequate. Then there's Jake. He was always being compared to his older brother, the superstar of the family. His parents would often say, "Why can't you be more like your brother?" Over time, Jake began to think that no matter what he did, he was never good enough. Think about Sarah. She put so much effort into her school projects, but her parents were too busy with work to notice. With no recognition and no encouragement, Sarah started doubting her ability and felt unworthy of praise. Michael's story was tough too. He was bullied at school for being different, teased about his appearance and interest, making him feel isolated and worthless. This constant bullying severely knocked his self esteem down. Lisa faced her own challenges. Her parents set a bar extremely high, expecting perfection in everything she did. When she couldn't meet the lofty expectations, she felt like a failure and believed she wasn't good enough. Then there's Tom. His parents were extremely emotionally distant and rarely showed any affection or support. Feeling invisible and unimportant, Tom started believing that he didn't matter and wasn't worthy of love. Rachel's situation was quite severe. She experienced emotional abuse from a caregiver who constantly belittled her, making her feel worthless. This trauma deeply affected her self worth, leading her to believe that she was inherently flawed. And Kevin, his parents were extremely overprotective, shielding him from any challenges or failures. Because of this, Kevin never developed confidence in his capabilities and felt incapable of handling life's challenges. Have you ever experienced anything similar that has impacted your self perception? Now let's explore some ways we can give ourselves love and start to show our mind a new possibility for our lives moving forward. Let's start by breaking down what love really means. Love is like this: it's patient and kind, it doesn't envy or boast, it respects others, and it's not self seeking or easily angered. Love doesn't keep track of our wrongdoings and rejoices in the truth. It always protects, trusts, hopes, and perseveres. Simply put, love is a deep affection arising from close bonds and personal connections. And admiration, it's filled with warmth and devotion and genuine concern for another's well being. Now that we have a clear picture of what love encompasses, let's focus on how we can turn that love inward and express it to ourselves. Let's talk about how we can show ourselves some love. Friend, it's all about being patient with yourself, especially when things get tough. Showing yourself kindness, even when it feels a bit awkward at first. Like anything new, it will get more comfortable over time. Avoid falling into the trap of comparison. Remember, they only steal your joy. Respect yourself in the way you would respect a dear friend. When you make a mistake, forgive yourself instead of keeping a mental list of your errors. We're all human after all. Celebrate your honesty when you're truthful with yourself and make sure to protect your own well being. Trust in your ability and decisions. Stay hopeful that things can improve and never give up on yourself. Showing yourself a strong affection and care, and take time to understand your needs and give yourself the admiration you deserve. Be warm and gentle with yourself and devote yourself to your own growth and happiness. And always prioritize your well being. I know most of us weren't taught to love ourselves in this way, but if you start, you'll help your brain feel safe enough to shed any old beliefs and programming that are holding you back. Showing yourself the love that has been missing, after all, you deserve it. I get it. We're often more focused on showing love to everyone around us. It can feel challenging to even think about loving ourselves. But here's the thing: when you start to show yourself this kind of love, you help your brain feel safe and ready to let go of any old programming that might be holding you back from truly loving your life. If you're anything like me, you've probably been more focused on being loving to others and putting yourself on the back burner. While it's critical to show love to others, remember, you're important too. You deserve to feel loved every single day. And waiting for others to provide that love can be tough, especially if they struggle with showing it. Why not help them out by modeling what love looks like? Show yourself the love that has been missing in your life. To sum it all up, understand how your brain forms beliefs and practicing self compassion are really the key to letting go of old patterns and adopting new empowering beliefs. If you found this helpful, share the love and give it a thumbs up. Thank you for spending your precious time with me, and I can't wait to see you next week. Remember, you're more powerful than you think. I'm sending you so much love, Coach Debbie Forth Wigley. Bye for now.